Company. My name is Teresa. I am the owner and artisan at NTS Design Co. I am a content creator for Dixie Belle Paint Company. I come live with you every Wednesday at 10 a.m. to do some fun painting tutorials. So today we're gonna have some fun. As you guys are coming on, say hello so I can see your comments. Today we're gonna do something a little different. Usually I always paint like giant pieces of furniture with you and do step-by-step things. Today I am going to be painting some smalls. My booth space is in desperate need of some smalls. So I found this cutie patootie little like suitcase thing. I gotta get the sticker off the back of it. At my local Goodwill. It is super cute. You can open it up and then you can place some things inside of it. I will not be painting the inside of it, but I will be painting the outside of it and applying some transfers to that. I won't be doing the transfer part today, but we're gonna do some painting today. So I thought that would be a really fun tutorial to do with you guys. I'm super excited about it. I will be painting this. I'm gonna have to use my jar opener because I could not get that. My paint was cross-threaded, it was terrible. So I will be using Dusty Blue. Good morning, Donna, how are you? So Dusty Blue is a beautiful blue color. It is one of my favorites. It's like very it's moody. I just really like it. And then I will be also using Savannah Mist, which is this beautiful light blue color. It's very beautiful. It gets mistaken as paint blue a lot when it's wet, but it does dry a little darker. And then I will be blending in some Fluff, which is it's my favorite white that Dixie Belle has because it's more of a gray white. It's not so starch white. Cotton is the brightest and truest white. It's like a blue white. I like the Fluff because it has some gray in it and it just kind of, it's not so, it's like t-shirt white, okay? So I'll be doing a really beautiful cloudy blend on this cute little guy. I'm gonna angle my camera down so that you guys can see what we're doing today. Make sure I still have a head. If I don't have a head, it's okay. I'll back you up just a smidge. All of the things. I can never get the camera in like the right spot ever. Okay, so I think I can move it up just a little bit now. Bear with me. There we go. All right, perfect. Ha-ha! We got all the things. Look at that. All right, so again, if you guys are just popping on, we're gonna do a cloudy blend on this cute little tchotchke today. So things I have are some brushes and thank goodness I always have everything at arm's reach. A cloth to offload on and some water so that I can blend. So we're just gonna hop right into it. This I did not clean with anything other than just a baby wipe because it's a suitcase, it's fabric, it's leather, it's whatever texture this is. On these little metal pieces, I'm not taking them off, obviously, the grommets. I will be using gilding wax on them. I think it'll be really fun, pretty little like extra bling bling to it. I may add some on the edges a little bit just to kind of zhuzh it up a little. But I'm just gonna go ahead right in with our Dusty Blue. And so I'm just gonna go, and I'm honestly just gonna use a chip brush. All right, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add a little water to my chip brush just to kind of, I'm using my rag just to kind of get that water worked in. We're gonna dip right in to our Dusty Blue and we're just gonna start painting. All right. Ooh, I thought that was a spider. My fan blew something across my garage floor. I had a spider incident last night. There was a giant spider. I took my kids out for ice cream last night and there was a giant spider on my door when we came back. Now, I live in the South, so we have bugs that are like gargantuan, and it was a wolf spider. Wolf spiders are not poisonous, but they are scary, and I'm not a big fan. So I would not open my front door. Me and the kids are trying to figure out how we were gonna get in the house. We were gonna go in through the shop, but I decided that we were not gonna do that. We were gonna go through the house because I wanted to make sure the spider was not there when we came back. So my son I don't know if anybody's familiar with disc golf, but it's like Frisbee golf. So he threw a disc golf at the door and it killed the giant spider, like the first try. I was so impressed. I was like, good aim, buddy. So he saved us girls last night from the giant spider, but then he took his shoe, wiped the spider off the door, and then chased us around with said dead spider. We knew it was dead, but we still don't like spiders, even if they're alive or dead. Who's with me on that? It was not fun. I was not happy about that situation, but he did save us. So, I mean, he's the only boy here, so he's gotta tease us girls at least a little bit every now and then. All right, so this is the Dusty Blue. It is a beautiful color, and I am very lightly painting it on there, so it's got great coverage. That is one of my favorite things about the chalk mineral paint is that the colors are so pigmented that it does give you such a great base. I'm just kind of holding the handle. Fabulous colors, yes, fabulous. The comments just zoom by on YouTube. They're like, shoo! Once you catch them right away, you get like half of it. All right, coming on in, these little areas right here just to make sure. I won't be painting the bottom. We're just gonna paint the front side of it today, just because it would be wet laying down. Good morning, Patty. How are you, love? Thank you for watching. We are painting a little suitcase today. Just something fun. I like to call these palette cleanser projects. Between giant projects. All right, let's turn. I just flung paint in my hair. Pretty sure I did. All right, what artists out there are always covered in paint? I'm so messy. I try to not be, but I swear I get it everywhere. Everywhere. All right, I'm just gonna paint the sides. Like I said, I'm not gonna paint the back because it'll be wet and I'll just be laying down on it and getting it on my table. That'll be silly. I'm gonna go ahead, paint the other side, and then we'll paint the bottom. And then we'll start blending. Woohoo, blendy blend. I love the blending. Cloudy blends are my fave. I like a soft blend. I'm like a country cottage piece or something like that. It's really soft. I'm gonna be starting a piece like that. I'm super excited. I have a couple vintage pieces that I've been holding on to. So it is time. All of my booth is so full. I'm like, ugh, really don't want to paint any big furniture because it just lives here, but maybe something will sell soon. Nature of the beast, ebb and flow. This time of the year is super slow because everybody's putting their kids back in school, winding out their last couple of vacations. People aren't really thinking about buying furniture right now. So if you guys are having and experiencing a slow period, it is all of us. So do not worry. All right. I'm not gonna paint the handle because I'm still grabbing it. But now we can see, right? So I'm gonna put my dusty blue just right there because I will be picking that back up again. We're gonna come in with some of the Savannah Mist. I'm just using the little small round brushes today. So I have my round small, my round large, and then I have my oval small with me today. So I'm just gonna dab in just a little bit of that Savannah Mist, and we're just gonna kinda pull a little bit of that. And then I'm gonna come in with my fluff very lightly. Very, very, very lightly. Like barely any paint light. Okay. And then I'm gonna come back. How do I manage to get it on the handle? Do you guys get it on the handle? I always get paint on the handle. I don't understand how. All right, and we're gonna come back with the dusty blue just to kind of give it a little bit more to blend into. I'm gonna lay that over here. I'm gonna take my water mister bottle. Just give it a little mist so it'll have something nice to blend into. I'm gonna hold this up so you guys can see. And we're just gonna do some, I might need a little bit more. Yeah, it's not showing up as well. So we're gonna go more in with fluff than the Savannah Mist. They're too close. And just do some clouds. And if it doesn't show up, I'll grab even a darker color. So you're just getting that soft, like cloudy blend. Very soft, as you can see, it's very subtle. It's very light, it's hard to see on camera. I am gonna grab a darker color. Bear with me 1 second. I'm grabbed Stormy Seas because it is a much darker color. I want contrast. And, see Patty? I listen. I swear still. There we go, they get stubborn, they stick. My jars have been cross-threading lately when I open them. I don't know if it's because of the way that I'm opening them or what's going on. So I'm gonna grab some of the Stormy Seas. There we go. That's what I want. Sometimes I have an idea in my head and I think it's gonna pan out, and it doesn't, and that's okay, because I work on the fly. I'm always live, things happen. I plan it out in my head, and sometimes it just doesn't work. I want some of that nice, dark, rich color. All right, so now I'm gonna grab, yeah, it was this one. I'm gonna offload, my brain would stop working for a second. Offload on this, and now we're going to just blend it in. And I'm kind of just tapping it around because this does have texture on it, and I love the texture. Hoping you guys can see that. Again, I'm just tapping. Isn't that pretty? It's like super pretty contrast. So now I can come in with some lighter to highlight my darker. I'm gonna offload on my t-shirt, not on my pants. And then we're just gonna do some of that tapping. And this is gonna be buildable. So we're just gonna keep building until I get it the way that I want. That's it. We're just tapping some of that lighter on. And then we're gonna come back in, don't want paint on that, with some of that delicious Stormy Seas. Who out there has used Stormy Seas? Stormy Seas is such a beautiful color. I think I might paint my next piece of furniture in Stormy Seas, to be quite honest. And this is what I kind of like to do as well. If I'm trying a theory out, like I want this idea in my head to be on a piece of furniture. Like this didn't work out, right? So, and it's not a big deal if it doesn't work out on a big piece of furniture, but it's a lot easier if it doesn't work out on something smaller. So I will plan what I'm gonna do in my head on a smaller, like a small side table or something, just to try something out to see if I like it. You love Stormy Seas, it's so pretty. And then that way I can kind of perfect what I'm gonna do, and then I already know what I need to do, and I can apply that method to a larger piece of furniture. So that way you're not like, oh man, you know, I really tried, I thought this was gonna work, and it didn't, and that's okay. I make mistakes all the time. Things don't pan out, like you just watched me do something live and it was like, eh. Okay, do you see how it's just like, gives it that like moodiness that I was looking for? And I still might even go a little darker. Let's grab one more color. Because that's just not moody enough for me. I just grabbed in the navy. I just used this color yesterday, so that was way easy to open. I'm looking for the moodiness. It's not quite there. It's getting there, but it's not quite there. So let's just add a little darker. In navy is like the perfect navy color. I love it. And it dries a little different. So sometimes it goes on a little more purple than it does. I think I'm just gonna use this brush to blend it out. So the other one was kind of taking it away. Offload. That's the moodiness I was looking for. And again, it's buildable. Just because you put it on there and you don't really like it doesn't mean that you can't keep building until you get it the way that you want it. And there's so many different ways to blend. You can blend soft circles. I am just tapping this out, and tapping my paint in. And now that I have kind of that moodier base, I'm gonna come in with just a little bit with that cotton, just a little. I'm gonna grab my neutral brush for blending, offload that baby, make sure there's no paint on it, and we're just gonna tap. And this paint is very wet, so I'm not having to mist. I'm gonna tap some of that over here. What do you guys think of that? I think it needs to be just a little darker. A little darker, right? Give me all the mood. I want it to look like, I love painting furniture to look like storm clouds. It's like one of my favorite things. Whenever I do that, it sells so fast too. It's like that just pretty moodiness. And it's great for a bedroom because blues are such a neutral, especially like for a good married couple. They just, it's very gender neutral. I keep getting paint in my hair. I'm not appreciating that. Okay, we're gonna go heavier around here. I like to go heavier on the bottoms of things where it sits. So we're gonna do a lot of this dark here on the bottom. Now we're just gonna kind of come into that side. Hopefully you guys can see. It's kind of a wonky angle, sorry guys. I can't really have you on top of me. Ideally, that'd be great. I don't have that kind of a camera. I keep seeing that. And I'm just tapping it right into the paint that's in there. Unlocked it. All right. Now I'm gonna add a smidge, just a smidge of that Stormy Seas. Get it everywhere. Get it everywhere. All right, we're just gonna tap that in. Softening those lines. Okay, and then I'm gonna come one more time, very lightly. That's too much paint on it. If you don't offload your brush enough, it'll mud up. Like it just ate the paint. There we go. See how it's just creating that little bit of highlight? Like a little white part of a fluffy cloud. What do we think of that? I still think it needs more blue. Still needs more blue. We're just gonna keep on adding layers and adding the texture where we think it needs it. We liking that yet? I'm kind of digging that. That moodiness, that's what I was looking for. is. It's hiding from me. Tap some of that Stormy Seas just into that in the navy, just to soften it up just a little bit. You can go back and forth. Like if you're like, I don't like that, just go back and forth with it. I've been doing that for a long time. All right, let's hold this up one more time. See how cute that is? I'm digging that. All right, let's get these sides. The sides you'll be able to see better. Feel like, hold on. Now you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, ooh, it's a little hot in my garage. I didn't turn my AC on because I didn't think it was gonna be this warm in here. It is. Silly me. I guess it just didn't feel warm when I was sitting in here for a few minutes, but after being in here for an extended period of time, it's just a little warm. Just gonna add that dark base. Losing my brush. That's looking really pretty. Now, normal people don't paint like this, so if I'm missing something, it's because I'm not facing it. I'm like siding it so that you guys can see this. So, bear with me. All right, I feel like my paint is drying just a little bit. So we're just gonna move. There we go. I like it. I think it's pretty. Dropping it. What do you guys think of that? I like that. I like that a lot. I think I'm actually going to be able to lean it on this and I'll be able to paint the back of it. So we'll be able to get this whole little piece done with you guys today. I'm excited about that. All right, so let's come back in with our in the navy. Remove my paint. I keep dipping my elbow in it. No, I don't want to dip my elbow in it. Okay, so now we're just gonna come around our edges. The only thing is, I'm gonna have to hold it. Just softening on the edge so it blends into what I already have in there. There's that. Now we're gonna come back with Stormy Seas. Stormy Seas. Okay. And then I'm gonna just give that a mist. I'm gonna offload on her. All right, let's go. See what we got here. I like that. I think that's really pretty. Find a way to hold it up. So there's that. Here's the front, and then here's the side, right? So now I'm going to lay her this way, and I'm honestly just gonna paint right over this. It's fine. All right, ready? I'm so excited, this is so cute. Okay, so I'm gonna do like I did before. So we're gonna paint her. I painted her in the lighter color, but we're gonna do, make sure I can get the side. Okay, so that's the front. All right, I'll get that last. So we're just gonna come in with some Stormy Seas. I know I painted in dusty blue, but I wasn't really feeling that. So, and I covered it all up anyway, so it's fine. So we're just gonna come in with Stormy Seas, because that will be the lighter color that we were using. And then I'll come in with it in the navy and darken her up. And then I'll paint the front. Cars go zooming down my street. Hard to hold it, it's wet. Ideally, you would let this dry and not lean it on a paint can, but you know, for YouTube purposes, we want to make sure you guys can see the whole project. All right. I also don't want to put too much paint on here. All right. Let me, while I'm right here, I just hit it. Easily fixed. Easily fixed. Okay. Since I just am here, we're gonna go ahead and paint the front too. I'm gonna paint right over the hardware because I'm gonna be using gilding wax on all the little metal grommets and everything, so it's gonna look super cute. And I might even come in and sand some of the leather straps and the edges just to give it that worn, like weathered look to kind of tie in together with. So I think it'd be kind of cool. Super cool. All right. I'm gonna start at the top because we're right here. Grab her in the navy. Turn you guys so you can see. And I'm just tapping this into what's already in here because the paint is so wet. I don't need to mist it. Depending on your climate, it's so humid here that like everything stays wet forever. Like my furniture takes longer to dry, especially this time of the year. It's just a natural thing. Okay, and I'm gonna come in with this lighter. And we're just gonna tap it in. Just tapping it in. And I think that looks super cute. All right, now I'm going to lean this guy this way so that we can see. I'm gonna wipe my hands off though. All right, you guys still with me? Let's go to town. We're gonna come in with this in the navy, all the way around our edges like we did before. And I'm still gonna be doing transfers on this, so this is just the background for my transfers. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, add some dark up here. All right, now we're gonna add some of that beautiful fluff, just to kind of give it that fluffy cloud look. Take our brush, make sure there's not any paint left over it. And we're just gonna very carefully work this in. Starting with my lighter areas first. Darker areas. Okay, my brush is starting to get a little muddy, so I'm going to offload. And you'll be able to tell because it just, you can't separate the colors anymore. What are we thinking? Is that pretty? I think that's really pretty. Let me just take a look. Again, because I was painting in a wonky angle. And then I'm going to flip it over to make sure that it matches. And I think from front to back, I think it looks pretty good. So then here's the sides. And the bottom I still need to, we'll do a little, again, that was a weird angle because I wasn't looking at it. We'll just blend it up a little bit. There she is. So here we go. Here is our adorable, well that kind of got scratched a little bit, so then we will just add some more paint. Some of the paint got scratched off just a little bit from being on that lid. So there's that. Ta-da! I think it's cute. I really like it. And then if you see any little areas that look like they need just a little bit more paint, you can use your brush with your excess paint on it and not even have to worry about it. So just to recap, the colors that we ended up using are not the colors that we started with, which is okay, that happens. More times than not, I am often changing my mind mid-project. So we used In the Navy, just put this lid on. These lids do not like me sometimes. All right, I'll put that on later. All right, so we used In the Navy, and we used the beautiful Stormy Seas, and then we highlighted with some beautiful fluff. So those are the colors that we did. Once this dries, I will, I think I might even use some of the nautical transfer. I have some left. I like to save my transfers and use like the little leftover pieces for little projects like this. They come in really handy. I'm just knocking off some of this extra paint on here. I paint with my jars open. But I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. And thank you for taking some time. I will be back with you guys next Wednesday at 10 a.m. to come do some fun painting tutorial things with you guys. And I will be, I don't know what we're gonna do next week. I haven't thought about that. What should we do? I'll have to think if we're gonna start a new project from start to finish or if we're gonna do another small item. I don't know. Well, stay tuned. If you guys can think of anything, drop it in the comment section and let me know. All right, you guys, I appreciate you. Dixie Belle, thank you so much for having me, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will catch you guys next Wednesday. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.